Some betrayals don't come with a knife. They come with a signature on a document you never saw. My name is Emily Rhodes, and when my grandmother passed away, I thought I'd be saying goodbye to the only person who ever truly loved me. Instead, I discovered I'd been erased, cut out of the will, the house, the land, the legacy. And I made it my mission to find out who did it and why. I grew up with my grandmother, Margaret Rhodes, on a quiet stretch of farmland in northern Oregon. My parents left when I was 5, chasing careers in Europe. Margaret raised me, taught me to fix fences, grow tomatoes, bake pies, and never trust people who smile too wide at funerals. She was tough, sharp, and old school, but she loved me like her own daughter. We were close, closer than I ever was to anyone. I always assumed I'd inherit the farm. She told me it was mine. We even talked about which trees I'd plant once I took over. But when she died peacefully, in her sleep at 89, the will that was read didn't match the one she told me about. Everything went to my cousin Rachel. The house, the 42 acres, even the bank account. I sat in the lawyer's office in shock, trying to understand. Rachel barely visited once a year. She lived in the city, worked in real estate, and once joked that the farm would make a great venue location. I asked for a copy of the will. It was dated just 3 weeks before my grandmother died. It didn't make sense. Margaret had been clear-headed, independent, no signs of confusion. And yet here was a signature that looked wrong. I didn't say anything out loud, but in my heart I knew. Someone changed that will, and I was going to prove it. Rachel moved into the house like she'd earned it. Posted photos online with wine glasses and farmhouse hashtags. She said she'd honor Grandma's memory by flipping the property into a luxury wedding venue. I watched quietly from a rental 2 towns over. I got a job as a part-time legal assistant and began studying forgery cases at night. I requested the old will from the county archive, the one from 3 years prior. My name was on that one, listed as the sole heir. Then I compared the signatures. Side by side. One done with a smooth ballpoint stroke. The other, shaky, uneven. I sent them to a handwriting analyst. The result, the newer signature was highly inconsistent with the older verified ones. Still not proof in court, but enough to dig deeper. I found out that Rachel had visited Margaret 3 times in her final month, each time alone, with no nurse present. She even brought a notary with her once, according to a neighbor. I tracked down that notary, posing as someone updating family records. And what she told me confirmed everything. Rachel had brought a document and asked Margaret to sign it after taking her off her medication for a day, claiming it made her too drowsy. The notary had been suspicious, but saw the signature happen. I asked her if she'd testify. She hesitated, then agreed. She said, "It never sat right with me." That was all I needed. I filed a formal challenge to the will. Rachel panicked, accused me of being money-hungry and trying to tear apart the family. But when my lawyer presented the testimony and signature analysis, the judge ordered a deeper investigation. And then came the twist: surveillance footage from a nurse's dashcam, left on accidentally, caught audio of Rachel rehearsing Margaret's signature with someone the day before the signing. It was faint, but it was there. With that, the court declared the will invalid due to undue influence. The previous will was reinstated. I inherited the farm. Rachel was investigated for elder coercion and quietly settled out of court to avoid charges. She sold her condo to pay legal fees. I moved back into the farmhouse 2 months later, walked through the halls, planted the trees Margaret always talked about. And on a soft September morning, I stood at the edge of the orchard and whispered, "I kept my promise." Sometimes revenge doesn't mean shouting. Sometimes it's about standing in the place they tried to take from you and making it whole again. If this story moved you, hit like and subscribe. We bring you real feeling stories every week, where the truth always finds a voice and silence gets its justice.